So today's video is going to be what I read on my TBR and that in March, April and May time. Because May I decided not to do a new TBR prompt jar. So starting off, I did read Pop Art. This I read because it's quite a small book, read it quite a few times, it does appear in many TBR prompt jars. This is about the history of pop art rather than just anyone specific. This is the whole history of pop art in the art movement, and it was an art movement of the 20th century, and it's the shifting of attention from the exalted to the everyday brought into modernism to the maths and made art more sexy and glamorous and fun, both focusing on Coke cans, film stars, comics, and all of that. You even get some pictures this one, which is Andy Warhol's Marilyn Monroe diptych. You have all kinds of different ones. Next on my TBR was Hard Times. I didn't get around to reading that, but this is known as Dickens' shortest book. It's 253 pages. This one's about the times of 1854, the hard times, the struggling weekly, socialism at the time, social democrat, essentially what it was in the times of this book, Victorian times and that. And I've read it once before and I enjoyed it. I just didn't get around to reading this book. Next is The Secret Garden. This is the actual companion to the film, which I have seen the film before reading the book, but this is the book companion to the film. I didn't get around to reading this, but the first time I read it I've enjoyed. I've had this book a while. Next is the main book I've been reading, Andy Warhol's Diary. I'm quite far in. I'm page 824, or 825. I'm the 6th of August 1984. Andy Warhol faithfully kept a diary from November of 1976 to February 1987, the height of fame, excess, and that, Studio 54, between Paris and London, New York, and that, everyone he met, all of that. It is quite long. I do also have Andy Warhol's biography down there. Next is a book I'm 20 pages in. This is The Woman of Primrose Square. Might be some triggering subject matters. Frank Woods at Primrose Square is about to turn 50 and nobody seems to care. His friends are all busy, his wife and children have other plans. His wife is a lawyer, so has a big court case. His son is 14, going to an end of term party. His 11-year-old daughter in this book's got a piano exam and that, so she can't miss her piano lesson and that, and no one at work seems to care. After years of being Mr. Cellophane, he decides finally to do something for himself. But when he gets home to a surprise birthday, it is his guests who get the real surprise. as she transitions, and that this might be triggering subject matter, I'm not sure. Vanessa's relationship with her family is thrown into turmoil, so she moves in with her cantankerous neighbour, Miss Handcastle, who hasn't left her home for decades. There, she befriends fellow lodger Emily Dunn, who is fresh out of rehab despite desperate to make amends. Like, currently we're at, like, Emily's point in the book where she's, like, moved in with, like, her sister and that for a while. And that, as gossip spreads through Primrose Square, every relationship is tested. The residents know something, know nothing in this tight-knit community will ever be the same again, like. So it'll be interesting to see how it progresses. Next is another book I didn't end up reading, which will go into the book challenge, which I will film after this. Of all the new books I'm going to read over the summer, like the summer book challenge I've done every year. Because I've never read it before. This is the Tales from the Forest. I've read this one. I think I've read it in maybe a book challenge or a TBR, I'm not sure. Maybe a TBR, I think. Once There Was a Bear. And then I'm reading Tales from the Forest. I do like these books. They're really nice books. I actually saw more in Waterstones and was like... Then I did finish The Bookshop on the Shore. On the seashore. Zoe is a single mother and is struggling to cope alone in London. Her little boy, Harley, is the light of her life but refuses to speak, and the landlord has just raised the rent on her flat. So when the opportunity comes to move to Scotland and help run a bookshop, Zoe leaps at it. A small village in the Highlands sounds like the escape she and Harley desperately need. Yet the owner, Ramsay, is moody and distanced, and soon Zoe wonders if she'd made the right decision, but Harley has found his first real friend, and the beauty of the loch is irresistible. If only Ramsay would be more responsible. This one I read for the second time, and I feel like I understood it much better the second time round and that. I really enjoyed all the books I read, so... Video felt like it's quite short, so I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next video, which will probably be my book challenge video. Bye.